extends your life. Waqti ke bar mi ayat, and when you exhale, mufarrihizatas, it brings a smile to your face. Because if it got stuck, God forbid, what will happen? There won't be any smile on the face. He said, each time you breathe, you do two things, inhale and exhale. Both are ni'mat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now count how many times you breathe in a day, throughout the day. And you can't even put a number on it. I'm sure you'll be able to do the math. But multiply that by 2, that's how many bounties you have, which are involuntary. Forget about the other things that Allah has bestowed upon you. And then you read this ayat, 16, chapter 16, verse 18. وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا. If you were to count the bounties and the ni'mat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you will never be able to put a number on top of it. And therefore, according to Quran, the entire earth and its resources are a gift from God, and therefore must be treated as sacred. The very opening verse of Quran says that Allah is the sustainer of all the worlds. Therefore, we must all be thankful for the sustenance. And then some examples from Quran. وَهُوَ الَّذِي سَخَّرَ الْبَحْرَ لِتَأْكُلُ مِنْهَا لَحْمًا طَرِيًّا. That it is He who disposed the sea for your benefit, that you may eat from it fresh meat, and obtain from it ornaments which you wear, and to see the ships sail on top of the sea, plowing through, that you may seek His bounty, and that may give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala after having received all of His bounties. وَآيَةٌ لَهُمُ الْأَرْضُ الْمَيْتَةُ أَحْيَيْنَاهَا وَأَخْرَجْنَاهَا مِنْهَا حَبًّا فَمِنْهُ يَأْكُلُونَ. This ayat you recite all the time, Surah Yasin. A sign for them is the dead earth. It was dead. It was barren. It was not able to produce anything, which we revive and bring forth grain out of it. Then who's utilizing these grains? You're the ones on daily basis consuming it, and this earth is producing it for you. Normally, shukr is translated as grateful or thankful. The root meaning of the word shakara is for something to become full and complete and to become available to others. I highlighted this the other day as well. When you compare this ayat, or this word shukr, with the opposite of the word which is used, kufr, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He says, فَاذْكُرُونِي أَذْكُرْكُمْ وَاشْكُرُوا لِي وَلَا تَكْفُرُونَ. The word kufr has appeared in front of the word shukr. So in reference to the shukr, what is the meaning of the word kufr over here? Well, shukr literally means to make something apparent, become full or complete, or become available for others, which means it is, up for grabs. Anyone can go ahead and do it. But the word kufr refers to that which is concealed. A'jabal kuffara nabatuhu, right? Surah Hadith says that when we send the rains down and the land produces the crops that come out, what does it do? A'jabal kuffara. It amazes the kuffar. So the word kuffar over here, if you translate it as the unbelievers, you would be wrong. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says kuffar refers to the farmers. Ajabal kuffara nabatuhu. Kuffar means the farmers. They are amazed with all that is being produced. So what does a farmer do? He conceals. That's why the word shukr means to expose or to give out, to openly, and kufr is to hide things. So therefore in this verse 2:152, the word shukr has been used in opposition to word kufr, which is the root means to hide something. Shukr of Allah, therefore, is to keep His bounties, the ni'mat that He has given to you, open in such a way that everyone is able to derive and take benefit from it. Therefore, if you have a extra benefit from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, extra bounty from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you have extra features that have been bestowed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to you, should you be hiding it from others? Should you be making it unavailable to others? Or should you be sharing it with others? Right? If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you knowledge, you should be sharing that knowledge with others. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you abundantly, as far as the wealth is concerned, you should be sharing it with others. In fact, Allah says to those people who lack the ability to share that we have actually stipulated in your wealth, there's a portion for those who are mahroom, those who are deprived. This is the ayat of Quran. That there's a saham, there's a portion for those who are mahroom, as far as what? Your wealth is concerned. So when you have something, and if it is extra for that matter, it is above and beyond what you already have for your own needs, then do what? Share with others. This is the akhlaq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now you realize why we have the concepts of zakat and khums. It is on the excess. That which is extra, you should go ahead and give. People weren't giving, so there was this concept of taxation was developed so that it became mandatory for you to give when you were holding back. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So that no one hides it. Other human beings, they can also benefit from it. Allah says that His bounties are given to see who does shukr, that who is thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when the bounties come to them, and who does kufr, meaning becomes ungrateful. So here you don't translate the word kufr as disbeliever, rather you translate the word kufr as ungrateful, because it has appeared in front of the word shukr. And after He has given you everything, هذا من فضل ربي ليبلوني أأشكر أم أكفر. This is all that has been given to me is from my Rabb. Why? The sustainer's bounty to test me whether I am grateful or ungrateful. You know, speaking of this ayat which I recited for you in the beginning, Surah Bani Israel, ayat number 20. There's a story that is related to Hazrat Ibrahim, Khalilullah alayhi salatu wasalam, that Hazrat Ibrahim, you know, he was known for having his sufra and his ma'idah, his table full of food, and he would invite guests over. This man came, invited by Hazrat Ibrahim, literally dragged him, come and have some meal with me, and looking for people who are in need to bring them over to go ahead and provide food to them. And when this man came, and he was genuinely hungry as well, he ate till the extent that he was filled. And after having eaten, he got up and he left. Hazrat Ibrahim said to him, you don't have any concept of graciousness and gratitude? I offered you meal, provided you for you. You were hungry. Nobody was offering you. I brought you in. I gave you. I'm not asking for anything. But at least have the etiquette. Even you and I are the same way. When we go somewhere, if someone gives us something, right away, naturally what we do? We say, thank you. The concept of thank is right away there. You don't even have to say. And then if our children, we teach them as well. What do you say to them? If someone has done good to you, then the child will say, oh, thank you. Right? You teach that to the kids as well. All the time you're asking them. This is part of their upbringing and training. So Hazrat Ibrahim asked. He said, I gave you the food and you did not thank me. That man left. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends wahi to Hazrat Ibrahim through angel who says, oh Ibrahim, this man was provided for 70 years by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Never once did he call upon Allah, oh Allah, I worship you, oh Allah, you're the greatest, oh Allah, you're Rahman, oh Allah, you're Rahim, oh Allah, I worship you. He has never worshipped us. He has never put his head down in front of as far as sajda, shukr, or any of that ibadat is concerned. In fact, he's unaware of God himself. We never punished or we never asked him, why didn't you thank that Allah has been providing you for the past 70 years? One day you invite someone to come for your sufra and right away you're asking him to go ahead and thank you? This is the akhlaq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that is being taught over here. So how do shukr and how to do shukr and what benefits accrue from it? Obviously, shukr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cannot be done simply by reciting the words or counting it on the tasbih, shukr Allah, shukr Allah, shukr Allah, shukr Allah. Yeah, you can do that. You can recite the tasbih of shukr 100 times, 1,000 times, good. You're keeping yourself busy with the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but that is not how the proper way of doing the thankfulness or being thankful and showing gratitude towards Allah. Rather, it requires human effort in the light of the above root meaning of the word shukr. Allah, of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is to work hard, ceaselessly, and to keep the fruits of the labor open to others as well. And that is the best way of thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Quran also says that the act of doing good and and not reciting the word shukr develops the self of person doing shukr, meaning when you say shukr, it is a self-development in it as well. In other words, it leads to the spiritual growth and development. When you are constantly thankful, and we talked about 5 things on Tuesday, which how being grateful impacts even your immunity. Especially in this day and age when we're going through these illnesses and whatnot, which if it comes in, someone comes in contact with these illnesses who's immunocompromised, it affects them more than it does to those who are not that compromised. Their immunity level is high. That's why children were not as sick as the adults were when Corona was around or still is around. But we see that one of the studies shows that if you are grateful and if you are gracious and if you're thankful and if you have that concept in you, then what does it do? It actually increases your immunity. This is a survey that is done. So therefore, in other words, it leads to person's spiritual growth and development. It says, وَمَنْ شَكَرَ فَإِنَّمَا يَشْكُرُ لِنَفْسِهِ. One who thanks Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in reality thanking himself. He says, وَمَنْ يَشْكُرْ فَإِنَّمَا يَشْكُرُ لِنَفْسِهِ. And he who is grateful to God is but grateful to his own good, because this is all returning back to you. Since this is not an easy thing to do, a definite course must be laid out for this purpose. As we know, developing the physical abilities requires work. If you want to get in shape, it's not going to happen by just joining a gym. I've joined the gym, but I haven't really gone to the gym yet. You have to go to the gym as well in order to get in shape. You have to work out. You have to be able to put in some hours. You'll have to go into some sort of diet in order to get in shape. You can't just say, well, hope for you to get in shape. So when physically speaking, you want to change physical appearance, if you want to change the physical, you're built, what do you have to do? You have to work. You have to exercise. When that does not come without any exercise or constant effort and discipline, then it is with this, how do you expect this spiritual growth to come on its own? So therefore we see that it is with developing ourselves, only this is more difficult. Physical ability, actually you know what to do to be able to get to the physique that you want to get to, but spiritually speaking, it becomes that much more difficult. So developing the self or soul is most important thing for our success in the hereafter, which is what truly counts in the long run as well. So while I'm not discouraging you to physically become healthy, which you should, and to develop some muscles as well, and to be strong and whatnot, physically, all these things should be there. But while you have to work hard to get to that physical, physique that you're looking for, also you should work hard in order to spiritually uplift yourself. The Quran says that those who develop and nourish their souls will succeed, while those who don't will fail on the day of judgment. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا وَقَدْ خَابَ مَنْ دَسَّاهَا. Bringing you towards the end, good habits facilitate good actions. This is the message going away. Good habits facilitate good actions. And good actions reinforce good habits. See how it runs hand in hand? Let me repeat. Good habits facilitate good actions, and good actions reinforce good habits. In this way, what seems difficult at first becomes relatively easy to practice in daily life on a regular basis. The best thanksgiving that we can render unto Allah is to keep His bounties and the fruits of one's labor open to all without any discrimination whatsoever based on religion, race, or ethnicity, and all the other things that go in that category. Of course, this was just in line with the day that we are all, the reason many of the youngsters are here today, because they're off due to Thanksgiving. But how they associate this Friday and call it to be what they call it, and the movement toward this capitalism to just go out and spend on this day. I had given a talk actually last year on Thanksgiving regarding Black Friday as it's called. Let me just conclude with one ayat of Quran in that reference, and inshallah we'll finish. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So the society is driven to do what? To go ahead and spend today. Buy. You might not have gotten into the lines to buy stuff at the various stores, but you're doing that online as well. And then it doesn't end today, then the Monday comes, the Cyber Monday and the whatever Tuesday, and all that just continues, right? It's just want to keep poking at you, giving you these deals so that you go ahead and take the bait and go ahead and buy things. And so it's a day where good deals are available, right? Everyone is looking for this good deal there, there's good deal there. There's nothing wrong in utilizing the good deals that are available. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, hal adullukum ala tijaratin tunjikum min adhabin alim. O you who have faith, shall I show you a deal that will deliver you from a painful punishment? So all the deals that are available today will only be for time being. That which you buy today, you might use it for a few weeks, few months, maybe a year or two, and then you'll forget about that thing. But Allah says, Hal adullukum, should I inform you of that deal which will be helpful even in the punishment of the hereafter? Of course. He says, Innal ladhina yatluna kitaballahi wa aqamus salat wa anfaqu mimma razaqnahum sirran wa alaniyatan yarjuna tijaratan lan tabur. It says, indeed, those who recite the book of Allah, maintain the prayer, spend secretly and openly out of what we have provided to them, expect a commerce that will never go bankrupt. That is the deal which will never make you bankrupt. So therefore, keeping that in mind, the day that we are going through, while there's nothing wrong in shopping and all that stuff, but keeping in mind that there's a better deal to be made, and that is right here that you all have shown up today in order to participate in worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask Allah to give us the tawfiq and ability that we are grateful every single day of our life for once, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is our creator. We're able to breathe, we're able to eat, we're able to do all of the things that He has given to us. We're able to appreciate them. How do you appreciate? By thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask Allah to hasten the reappearance of our awaited Imam, make us amongst the helpers and the soldiers of Imam Nasir al-Hadith. وَأَبْلَغَ الْمُوعِذَ كِتَابُ اللَّهِ أعوذ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الذي لا إله إلا هو الحليم الكريم غافر الذنب وقابل التوب وهو الغفور الرحيم سبحان من سبقت رحمته غضبه وبسط اليدين بالرحمة سبحان من لم يكلف نفسا إلا دون وسعها وعفى السيئات ولم يجاز بها سبحان من لا يزداد على معاصي العباد إلا كرما وجودا ولا كثرة الذنوب إلا فهو صفحا نشهد أن لا إله إلا هو لطوف على العباد بجوده والأفواد المظلمين بعلمه وأذفاد المذنبين بحلمه نشهد أن محمدا نبيه وحبيبه سيد المرسلين وشفي المذنبين بعثه رحمة للعالمين لقد أمركم الله في محكم كتابه بالصلاة على نبيه وحبيبه فقال تعليما لكم وتشريفا لصفيه إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. Before I finish off with the second khutbah, just a quick reminder that we had mentioned this mas'ala from the Tawzi of Ayatul Sistani, that the time for Salatul Jum'ah, if it starts from the time of Zawal, you have 45 minutes to be able to have the khutbahs and Salatul Jum'ah started at least. And it seems like today that will not happen because the Zawal time was 11:45, and therefore in that case, Jum'ah is still correct. But you have to go ahead and still offer Salatul Dhuhr. So after Jummah is done today, you can go ahead and, otherwise in normal circumstances when we do Jummah in time, then Dhuhr becomes what? Saqit. You don't have to pray at the door, and we just go ahead and offer Salatul Asr right after that. But today, because we have shot over that time, that is the requirement, we will go ahead and offer Salatul Zuhr as well. And we'll give you, about 10 minutes in between the two prayers as well. And also because many might be here, and children especially, for the first time as far as Jummah is concerned, Salatul Jummah is 2 rakat, and in each rakat we have qunut. So just follow along so that you don't rush ahead of the imam and you are behind him. Also, when you're sitting in Jama'at, make sure that you continue to, for example, stay there and not leave and break the Jama'at. Otherwise, you will be breaking the flow of Jama'at, especially in the ladies' side when they're connected through that door over there. Whoever's sitting in that front row, the first 4 or 5 people, make sure that they remain there and they don't get up and leave. Otherwise, you will be breaking the connection for the rest of the ladies. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. اللهم صل على سيد المرسلين وشفيع المذنبين نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وعلى إمام المسلمين وقائد الغر المحجلين أمير المؤمنين علي بن أبي طالب صلوات الله وسلامه على سيدة النساء العالمين وبذات خاتم النبيين سيدتنا فاطمة بنت رسول الله صلوات الله عليها وعلى الحسن المجتبى والحسين الشهيد بكربلاء وعلي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي عليهم الصلاة والسلام. اللهم صل على مولانا صاحب الزمان ما هي آثار البدع والطغيان هادم أمنية الشرك والنفاق حاصل رفع البغي والشقاق وصلوات الله وسلامه عليه وعلى آبائه الكرام اتصلت الليالي والأيام. اللهم عجل فرجا وسهل مخرجا واكحل ناظرنا بنظرة منا إليه واجعلنا من المستشهدين بين يديه وتفضل على أمراء المؤمنين بمزيد التوفيقات وازدياد الإقبال وعلو الدرجات. اللهم افعل بنا ما أنت أهله ولا تفعل بنا ما نحن أهله بجاه محمد وآله المعصومين صلوات الله عليهم أجمعين. اللهم اجعل ممن يذكر فتنفع ذكرى. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن عليا ولي الله أشهد أن عليا حجة الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح حي على خير العمل حي على خير العمل. قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. يا محسن قد أطلعك المسيح وأنت المحسن والمسيح فقد أمرت المحسن أن يتجاوز المسيح فتجاوز عن قبيح ما عندي بجميل ما عندك يا كريم يا الله. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يسبح لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض الملك القدوس العزيز الحكيم. هو الذي بعث في الأميين رسولا منهم يتلو عليهم آياته ويزكيهم ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة وإن كانوا من قبل لفي ضلال مبين وآخرين منهم لما يلحقوا بهم وهو العزيز الحكيم. ذلك فضل الله يؤتيه من يشاء والله ذو الفضل العظيم. مثل الذين حملوا التوراة ثم لم يحملوها كمثل الحمار يحمل أسفارا بئس مثل القوم الذين كذبوا بآيات الله والله لا يهدي القوم الظالمين. قل يا أيها الذين هادوا إن زعمتم أنكم أولياء لله من دون الناس فتمنوا الموت إن كنتم صادقين ولا يتمنونه أبدا بما قدمت أيديهم والله عليم بالظالمين قل إن الموت الذي تفرون منه فإنه ملاقيكم ثم تردون إلى عالم الغيب والشهادة فينبئكم بما كنتم تعملون يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا نودي للصلاة من يوم الجمعة فاسعوا إلى ذكر الله وذروا البيع ذلكم خير لكم إن كنتم تعلمون فإذا قضيت الصلاة فانتشروا في الأرض وابتغوا من فضل الله واذكروا الله كثيرا لعلكم تفلحون وإذا رأوا تجارة أو لهوا انفضوا إليها وتركوك قائمة قل ما عند الله خير من اللهو ومن التجارة والله خير الرازقين الله أكبر اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار بجاه محمد وآله الأطهار الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمد ربي صل على محمد وآل محمد سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي العالى وبحمده رب صل على محمد وآل محمد الله أكبر أستغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي العالى وبحمده رب صل على محمد وآل محمد الله أكبر بحول الله وقوته أقوم وأقعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده رب صل على محمد وآل محمد سمع الله لمن حمد الله أكبر ربنا أفرغ علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين بجاه محمد وآله الطاهرين الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده رب صل على محمد وآل محمد الله أكبر أستغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه الله أكبر سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده يا لطيف ارحم عبدك الضعيف الله أكبر الحمد لله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما صل على محمد وآل محمد اللهم صل على محمد اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم صل أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته Jummah Mubarak to all of you. Inshallah, very quickly, let's just recognize the sponsors for today's Jummah lunch. It is Mr. and Mrs. Mazahir Dalla. Please recite a Surah Fatiha for their deceased relatives as well as yours. Surah Fatiha. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم وأهلك أعداءهم أجمعين. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. Just a quick announcement about the programs. As you all are aware that we have been announcing the annual fundraising dinner, which will take place on December 17th, which is a Saturday. There will be childcare services also provided for children 10 and under. So you can bring your kids here. They will be entertained while you are in the fundraising dinner taking part. Tickets are on sale. You can see many of our volunteers who can give you the tickets, or by going online, you can actually go to the Masjid-e-Ali's website and purchase your tickets and fill out the form for children under the age of 10 who will be accompanying you as well. Also, there was Jafia School in partnership with Girl Scout. There's the Do Good in honor of 11th Imam and Bibi Zainab Salamullahi alayha. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So please donate non-perishable and unexpired goods only. Email was sent out for that. So do take part in any type of course, providing to the community and giving back to the community in these days especially. Tomorrow being Saturday, we will have Salatul Salatul Fajr at 6 a.m. inshallah, followed by we'll have the Quran halaka, and then we have breakfast, and Sunday morning as well, we'll have Salatul Fajr, followed by Dua Sabah and Ziyarat Ashura, and then we have breakfast downstairs. So do come and take part in these two events. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. So yeah, these, of course, mashallah, we see more kids today because they're off, but you know, we have regular prayers every single day. So Masjid-e-Ali is open for 3 times for the prayers, Fajr and Dhuhrain and Maghribain. The timings are posted whenever kids are off from school, or if you're working from home, if you can come. Namaz is happening here every single day. Jamaat is taking place. Take advantage of that as well. Someone sent me a message saying, wow, this is Black Friday and there are a lot of deals. You know, the musallas are also on sale. So musallas are usually for $2,000, 50% off if you go ahead and get a musalla and sponsor a musalla for your loved ones in the memory. You see the plaques outside. So there are 2 boards outside. They have the names, loving memory of many of the folks who have already sponsored the musalla. So there you go. You can go ahead and sponsor a musalla, half price, inshallah, because of today's deal. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Let's recite Dua Sihat, Dua Shifa for all of those people who are in need of dua. Actually, I forgot to mention there's a request for Surah Fatiha as well. Wife of Brother Pervez Shah of Maryland passed away today, and she'll be buried today as well. Please recite a Surah Fatiha for her. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Let's recite this ayah karima 5 times. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Amman yujibu al-mustarra idha da'ahu yakshifu as-su'. 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 أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء ويجعلكم خلفاء الأرض أإله مع الله قليلا ما تذكرون. اللهم صل. Let's proceed to Salatul Asr. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah. أشهد أن محمد رسول الله. أشهد أن عليا ولي الله. أشهد أن عليا حجة الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح حي على خير العمل حي على خير العمل قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله. يا محسن قد أتاك المسيء وأنت المحسن وأنا المسيء فقد أمرت المحسن أن يتجاوز عن المسيء فتجاوز عن قبيح ما عندي بجميل ما عندك يا كريم يا الله. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله أكبر. سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. الله أكبر. أستغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. الله أكبر. سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. الله أكبر. بحول الله وقوته يقوم ويقعد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. كذلك الله أكبر. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. ربي أدخلني مدخل صدق وأخرجني مخرج صدق واجعل لي من لدنك سلطانا نصيرا. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. الله أكبر. سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده. سمع الله لمن حمد. الله أكبر. سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. الله أكبر. أستغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. الله أكبر. سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. الله أكبر. الحمد لله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. بحول الله وقوته يقوم ويقعد. الله أكبر. سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. الله أكبر. أستغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. الله أكبر. سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. الله أكبر. بحول الله وقوته يقوم ويقعد. الله أكبر. سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي العظيم وبحمده. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. الله أكبر. أستغفر الله ربي وأتوب إليه. الله أكبر. سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان الله سبحان ربي الأعلى وبحمده. يا لطيف ارحم عبدك الضعيف. الله أكبر. الحمد لله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد اللهم صل على محمد تسبيح جناب فاطمة الزهراء سلام الله. So when I announced that if you're interested in the musalla, I was serious about it. So if you want, you can approach any one of us, or you can go online, and you can also sign up for a sponsorship of the musalla. You can see me, Dr. Iqbal is here, and all the other volunteers that are here. You can see us, or you can go on Masjid-e-Ali website as well. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أستغفر الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم الرحمن الرحيم ذو الجلال والإكرام وأسأله أن يتوب علي توبة عبد ذليل خاضع فقير بائس مسكين مستكين مستجير لا يملك لنفسه نفعا ولا ضرا ولا موتا ولا حياة ولا نشورا اللهم إني أعوذ بك من نفس لا تشبع ومن قلب لا يخشى ومن علم لا ينفع ومن صلاة لا ترفع ومن دعاء لا يسمع اللهم إني أسألك اليسر بعد العسر والفرج بعد الكرب والرخاء بعد الشدة اللهم ما بنا من نعمة فمنك لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.
Today will recite the Ziyarah to Janab Syed Assalamu alaikum, his daughter, Janab Syed Zainab Assalamu alaikum, born on the 5th day of the 5th month of the 5th century Hijrah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum ya Nabiyullah, Assalamu alaikum ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, Assalamu alaikum Sayyidin Sa'al Alamin. Assalamu alaikum bint Rasulullah, ya bint Nabiyullah, ya bint Muhammadin al-Mustafa. Assalamu alaikum bint Sayyid al-Anbiya wal-Mursaleen. Assalamu alaikum bint Waliyullah. Assalamu alaikum bint Ali al-Murtada Sayyid al-Awsiya wa Siddiqeen. Assalamu alaikum bint Fatima Zahra Sayyid al-Sal Alamin. Assalamu alaikum ya Ukht al-Hasan wal-Husayn Sayyid al-Shabab Ahl Jannah Ajma'een. Assalamu alaikum ayyatu Sayyid al-Zakiyya. Assalamu alaikum ayyatu Da'iyat al-Khafiyya. Assalamu alaikum ayyatu Taqiyat al-Nakiyya. Assalamu alaikum ayyatu Radiyat al-Maziyya. Assalamu alaikum ayyatu Alimatul Ghayr al-Mu'allama. Assalamu alaikum ayyatu al-Fahimatul Ghayr al-Mufahhama. Assalamu alaikum ayyatul mazluma, ayyatul mahmuma, ayyatul maghmuma. Assalamu alaikum siddiqa. Assalamu alaikum ayyatul makruba. Assalamu alaikum ayyatul masura. Assalamu alaikum sahibatul musibatul uzma. Assalamu alaikum Zainab salamullah alayhi wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum ya ahl al-bayt an-nubuwwa wa ma'adin ar-risala wa mukhtalif malaika wa mahbat al-wahyi wa tanzil jamiyya wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum ya sahib al-asr wa zaman. Ya Khalifa al-Rahman, Ya Kaabat al-Iman, Ya Tafsil al-Quran, Ya Marad al-Iman. Assalamu alaikum Sharik al-Quran. Assalamu alaikum Ya Imam Zamanana Ajal Allah Rajak. Wa Sahla Allah Makhrajak. وظهورك ورحمة الله وبركاته.
اللهم صل على
تكبير.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
نعرہ رسالت.
يا رسول الله.
نعرہ